What switched the mindset for me from, the bodybuilding side of things was I had knee issues. I was actually up at New West all the time. You load up a bunch of weight on a hip sled and you're doing leg extensions and going crazy. And I was a young guy, run around in center field, and we're playing a lot of times on baseball fields and slow pitch softball. It's actually 3 outfielders at that level for the most part. So I'm just sprinting, running 7 to 10 miles a weekend. And I was just beat up. And my buddy Dan at the time said, Trev, you need to look into this CrossFit thing. And this would have been 2010, 2011.
Okay.
And I had no idea what it was. And then another buddy of mine, Ryan Denhart, actually Stone Baristas here in town. Ryan came to me, he's like, dude, I heard you getting this CrossFit thing. I want you to train me. I want to go to the CrossFit Games. I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
So, but Dan told me, hey, we'd always talk about opening up a gym, doing something cool, but trying to do something different. So he said, you really need to look at this CrossFit stuff. So I went up to Chicago, got my level 1. So went and took a weekend course in CrossFit and figured out what it was. Never having done CrossFit before, so I didn't know what this meant. I was young, I was in my early 20s, and I'm a strong kid. And I remember, I'll never forget it, I went in and we did a workout on our first day called Fran, which CrossFit names its workouts for fallen military heroes and then girls. And so Fran is this workout that seems simple enough. It's 45 total reps. You do 21, 15, 9 of thrusters, which is a front squat with a press overhead. Relatively lightweight, 95 pounds. Like, oh, that's easy. I can grab 95-pound dumbbells to throw those things overhead. But you do that, and then you do 21 pull-ups, 15 pull-ups, and 9 pull-ups. So you go back and forth. And I remember sitting there at this gym in Chicago, and this kid in front of me took off his shirt. He's a little pudgier, soft kid. I'm like, man, I'm gonna waste this dude. And 9 minutes later, I'm the last person done in class. All the girls beat me, everybody crushed me, everybody's clapping for me. And I'd never been so miserable in my entire life. I was like, man, this kicked my butt. There's gotta be something to this stuff. So what I ended up doing was coming back and we went through that. I was like, okay, let's start a gym. Let's figure out a way to do this. So Ryan had said, hey, get me to the CrossFit Games. So, you start drinking the Kool-Aid at that point and figuring out, at that time, the CrossFit Games is a lot different than what it is now. But we tried to do the stuff at the hospital for a while, did our own workouts, started in Mom's garage at some point. So in 2012, in her garage early in the year, we started getting some equipment together with the idea that we wanted to build a facility like this at some point. The trick was Trevor didn't have any money saved up. So it was finding somebody to build a building we could rent with no prior business experience whatsoever. And so trying to talk somebody into building you $1 million facility without any history, and CrossFit was really new at the time, it's a pretty tough challenge. So found some really good guys, Mike Calvin, Austin Larson with BD Construction. They have an investment group that they kind of let us twist their arm, and as long as we got one other tenant. So we partnered up with some mixed martial arts guys here in town, and to be honest, they just put a little area of our gym for very cheap, but it was what we needed in order to have another tenant in there. So we did this thing together, and while this building was being built, once we got all those plans in place, we were in we went that whole summer in my mom's garage, that whole winter, and then in January 2013, we started out in a small warehouse building over underneath the Avenue and overpass while this place was being built. And by September or Labor Day of 2013, we were opened up here, and we've been doing the CrossFit thing here ever since. So you go from mom's garage and a big dream to doing this now. We actually just purchased this building in February of this year. So
congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. That's a big weight off the shoulders to finally be able to get that and do it that way. So hindsight's 2020. If we could have done it, probably saved up money to start, would have been the way to go. But we're here now. It's been awesome. So.